Hey guys, Fabaliki here today, and I've got this little house that I need to put some lights in. Now, the weird thing about lighting in The Sims 3 is, for some reason, no matter how many windows you have, if they aren't the ginormous windows that look something like this, you're not going to get enough light in your house. And that's obviously where we have to play around with lights. Now, there's a few ways you can get lighting to work to your advantage, because most of the lights are quite dark. Like, you can see this right here, it's dark. And to get a better idea of how much light you're actually getting, you should go into the night mode so you can see what it looks like at nighttime. And that's that button right down here that says day-night toggle. You can also press the letter L on your keyboard. And it will come down to this. So this is a better way to judge how much light you have. Now these lights are actually quite dark, as are most lights in this game, for some reason. I don't know why, but they are. There's not many things that are bright, and the ones that are usually massive. Like this thing here, it's quite big. And it's not even that bright actually if you look at it. Most lights aren't that bright, unfortunately. But there are a few ways we can fix that. And because they're not so bright, before I go on, you have to put in a lot of them, and they kind of get in your way if you're using ceiling lights, that is. If you use like wall lights or something, that's a bit different. They don't get in your way as much. But anyway, the same thing I'm about to show you applies to all of the lights, but I'm going to use ceiling lights just for the purposes of this video. No particular reason. So we don't want this many lights. We want to actually cut down on the number of lights we have, because that's just too many. But you can see, even if I just put 2 lights in this room, it's still very dark. Maybe 1 there. And we could probably get away with 1 there. But that's quite dark. I mean, it does the job, but it could be brighter, right? Now, a handy little trick is if you hold down Control and Shift, and then click on your light, you'll get this little menu that pops up here, and you've got a whole bunch of options, with turn off being one of them, clone, all that blah blah blah. What we want to look at is actually set intensity. In here, you can set how bright the light is going to be. If you want it to be super bright, I'd suggest actually going to custom intensity and going this light or all lights, depending on what you want to do, and put in 5, because that's as bright as it can get. And you can see this light right away has gone way brighter than all the others. So you basically want to repeat that on all of them, or you can just go all lights for this case. So all lights, they're now all on 5, and he says that's actually very bright. It practically looks like daytime inside the house now, which is really cool. Now another way you can change the way your lights kind of act in the house, I'm just going to set these lights back to maybe 3. I don't know what the default is actually, but we'll just get rid of them actually. That's a good idea. Okay, they're not getting rid of right now. So what I'm the other way is, say if I just have 1 light, maybe I only want 1 light in each room like this. That's really dark. What you can do is actually enter a cheat by holding down Control, Shift and C and typing in testing cheats enabled true, and then follow that cheat by entering by debug. A new menu will pop up right here above your catalog. It'll be a question mark that says debug. If we go over here and click on miscellaneous, you'll see some items in here that kind of look like they have a blank square. It's because you can't really sit on an odd item. But they're called ceiling area light. There's a few different sizes. And further on down, there's actually another bunch of them called, they're down here, wall area light, which ones that go on the wall. So the ones that go on the wall look like this. And the ones that go on the ceiling, which are all the way back at the top, look something like this. Of course, they don't look very attractive. However, that's not where their magic is held. You may have seen me use some of these before in some of my videos, if you've ever watched my stuff before. And basically what they do is they provide light. However, as soon as we go into live mode, they completely disappear. But the light is still there, so you can still see inside of your lot. But there aren't heaps and heaps of light in the way. As you can see, we've only got 2 lights, but by all appearances, it looks like they're lighting up the entire house, which is really awesome. Now, one thing I want to point out before I go, because I just forgot it, is if you're in live mode and you click on a light, you'll also see set intensity here. So that does the same thing as if you're in build mode, but in build mode you have to hold down Control and Shift to do it. But you can just do it right in here as well. It does the same thing, and it's all fine and dandy. Anyways, that's it for this kind of short lighting tutorial. I hope it's helped you out anyways, to make your houses brighter and look somewhat nicer and illuminated at nighttime. Anyways, I'm Fabaliki, and thanks for watching this tutorial.